Ladies and gentlemen, China is really feeling the pain. They are now saying they feel isolated. There are so many countries now cutting China off in terms of their people coming in and out of their country. They don't want them right now, and they are feeling it. Um, like I said to y'all before, I saw some articles where the Asians felt like they were being discriminated against. And in my opinion, they're not. People are trying to be cautious because once you get that coronavirus, you can be gone within days. People are afraid, and China don't seem to have this thing contained at all. And if you are showing that you can't get this thing under control, what makes you think that countries should embrace and welcome your people? They're not going to do that. And in my opinion, a lot of airlines are not going in and out of China now, until some April, some the end of February. And, everybody got their own individual dates on when they're going to go in and out of China. But in my opinion, I believe many of them are going to extend those dates. Those dates are going to come, and it's going to be even more people infected and even more people dying. And those dates, do not be surprised if these dates are extended on airlines not going back in there. So this article is just talking about how a lot of countries are now closing their door to China. Amid coronavirus, the world closes its door to China. I feel so isolated. So canceled flights, quarantines are now turning off a lot of people. And not only going to China, but even Chinese people traveling into their countries. People are just not comfortable with that. So they're saying more than 30 airlines, and by the way, this is Wall Street Journal, February 18th, 2020. And they're saying over 13 airlines have suspended flights into China, and 78 nations, you know, um, they just don't want these people right now. I hate to say it that way, but it's the truth. So from the US to Singapore have all but banned Chinese travelers from foreign soil. As of Tuesday, the virus has sickened more than 73,000. And no, when I woke up this morning, they said 2,000 people have died from the coronavirus, mostly over there in China. So, many of these people that are travelers, this woman, her name is Jing Sung in the picture, and she is a person that sells art, and she goes all around the world traveling into different countries, and she really just sees a bunch of millionaires and people that have a lot of money to throw around at this art. And she was supposed to actually come into Los Angeles, and they canceled her trip. They don't want her to come. They don't want her to come. People are in fear of them bringing that coronavirus over here. So, they're feeling it, and they're going to feel it. Plain and simple. They're saying, she was saying emotionally, it's devastating. And, you just got to understand people are feeling a lot of fear. So they're showing you right here, China's become a worldwide power in travel, especially compared to its virtually closed borders in the decades of Mao Zedong era. So it's showing you how many passports were issued in China, international trips that are taken from China. That's a lot. And that's 2018. So 30 million in 2018 passports issued, and 149.7 million international trips. So they're showing you international tourism US, Australia, Canada, Israel, Japan, Singapore, and Korea are among the nations offering 10 years visas. All right. Yeah. And I know a lot of the Chinese students come here for college. So that number, 662,000 students, are studying abroad. 2.2 million people take cruises, 150 million passengers on China Southern Airlines shutting down travel. 30 airlines have suspended services to and from China. 25,000 airline seat cancellations. Wow. I guess those are people canceling on their own. 652 million lost in airline revenue. 78 nations applying controls like quarantines and bans on China visitors. Mm-mm-mm. So even here in the US, you got a major decline in people going in and out of Chinatown. And many of those restaurants are now saying they're going to have to close because they're not getting anybody in there to eat. And, we got Chinatown in every major city in the US. So it's having a domino effect on everything. And again, I can't blame anybody for being on the side of caution. I just can't. Chinese tour group serve about 160 nations. More than 660,000 Chinese study overseas, making education one of the biggest exports to China from the US and Australia. I don't know. Citizens of China ranked number 2 in getting non-immigration visas to the U.S. after Mexicans. In 2014, the U.S. began offering some people 10-year multiple entry visas. China's shares of U.S. visas. Well, you can see that's falling off. So they're just showing you a mall. They said few shoppers visited Beijing shopping mall last week. Yeah, people ain't going out there in them crowds no more. You got to be crazy to be in China and go in a crowd. I mean, that's the last thing you should be doing. Mm-mm-mm. So I don't know what they're going to do, but I do know one thing. Just watching the articles and everything that's coming out of China, they are struggling bad, y'all, with this thing. And if they're struggling, you can best believe other nations will follow as it start multiplying in other nations. This coronavirus. So I don't know, y'all. But all I have to say is it's really more important that you keep your immune systems up, ladies and gentlemen, than worry about who you're offending at this particular time. This thing is no joke. And I was reading how scientists are saying that they are anticipating this coronavirus to become even more deadly as time moves on. So they said they are 100% sure that this thing is going to become even more deadlier than what we're looking at. So that being said, I don't care whether they said that or not. It's just really important that we be on the side of caution right now. You know, the nearly empty terminal at Beijing Dax International Airport on Friday. So this is what it looked like this past Friday. in China at the airport. Damn, looks like nobody is there. But I certainly understand. But y'all, please tell me what you think. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.